Brian, you need to move. Right, feeding the goats. So, got the jug of food. Why is the bowl here? This guy like headbutts it around. Doing this one hand is a bit difficult, right? There we go. So what happens is Brian and Phoebe eat out here, and then Maya eats in the shed, and I'll show you in a minute. Maya, Phoebe, one hand is very difficult. Brian, you stood in the bowl. God, one sec. There's a lot of headbutting that happens, but Maya normally gets headbutted off it because they don't share. Come on, Maya. She knows, right, there's her bowl. Okay, Maya, there we go. Let's grab this. This is why we've got the pallet, you see, because Phoebe and Brian come over, and the problem is Maya is so slow at eating. She normally just gets headbutted off and doesn't get anything to eat. So, this is my new scheme. Put down! He's being a bit painful. The new scheme, shut Maya in while she eats. Then once she's finished eating, there's normally a bit left for him. Big old Brian, look at those horns. I'm actually surprised how quickly they've grown, because I swear when I bought Phoebe and Maya, they were like 4 or 5 months old, and their horns probably like the same length. And maybe they were even as big as Brian. Maybe it's just because he's a boy. But he's doing really well. And he's very friendly. But these two do not like having to wait. And they're not very patient. Especially Brian. He's starting to like get a bit unhelpful. He's very headbutty. And the problem is I broke the spray bottle. So it's just all training's gone out the window. Anyway, what is she doing? Just eating away. But he's becoming a bit annoying where he doesn't let Maya eat, and then Phoebe's very protective around him, so she doesn't let Maya eat, and it's all just a bit of a handful. And also he's starting to be a bit like a billy goat. He's only like 5.5 weeks old, but he's starting to really get on my nerves. So he's going to be weaned off with the boys. Well, there's Oscar and Henry over there, hopefully tomorrow. But I've got to charge the other electric fence battery for the little bit of fencing that's around the other part of the field, just because it's not charged right now. But the more pressing thing is I need to get him to drink water, and I have not been able to succeed or watch him do that yet. He's only ever drunk Phoebe's milk, which is alright while he's with Phoebe, but I don't need him breeding Phoebe this week or breeding Maya. I'm sure he would have lovely kids with Maya, but I don't need that. I don't need that from you. And what I wanted to do, obviously I could just castrate him instead. Get down. You're really showing how badly behaved you are. He, instead of just castrating him, I'm going to give him a few more weeks before I do that, because if you don't know, where the goats specifically can get kidney stones and other things going on, urinary stones, that sort of thing, if they get fed too much grain after they've been castrated. And a lot of people say if you castrate them too early, their urethra doesn't grow enough, and it can make it more likely. So I'm not taking any risks. He's going to stay uncastrated until maybe 8 weeks or 10 weeks or something, but we'll see what happens. He's very lovely otherwise though. He's a very good boy, and he gets on very well with Henry and Oscar, even though they are much bigger and they are very strong. He gets on pretty well. It's just when Phoebe's involved, that's when it all goes out the window, isn't it, Brian? Off she goes. She is so round. Go on, Brian, go join her. He's so lively and lovely. I am glad I'm keeping him, but I need a new spray bottle basically. The problem was I was spraying it and the trigger basically fell off. He's also not very good at sharing. Here he comes. Phoebe's great. Maya, how's the eating going, Maya? Almost finished? Oh, now everyone's here, she's stopped. Maya. Oh, and also why I'm doing this is, as you can see, she's a bit thin. And that's the problem with Maya. She never eats very much and is always quite thin. And I don't think it's because she's got worms or anything like that. I will worm her shortly once this guy is weaned off Phoebe, because I can't really wean her if he's still drinking her milk, right? Oh dear. Get down, get down. He is so weird. Yeah, so I will worm her once Phoebe's able to be wormed as well, just because I want to do kind of them all. If I'm doing one, I may as well do all, that's what I'm thinking. He's just biting her ear, just like, whoa! You've never done that, Maya. Have you finished? She's eating quite a lot. Okay, let's let her out then. Out you come. Okay, there you go, round you go. They'll eat that. There's Maya. Right, let's go put this pallet back. They're actually pretty good at sharing. Look at Brian's little one spot from Phoebe. He's just so weird. Oscar is so weird. Let's take this pallet back. There we go. Now the goats do also have a very temporary hay feeder I put up, but they don't need hay. I don't feed the boys any hay at the moment. They don't need the hay, but it's just like another option for them to eat. And also, oh, he's having a wee. It's quite good for Brian to try different things, right? Stupid animal. Look at his eyes. That's what I kind of love when you just see his eyes. I need to fix that gate again. But yeah, there's a hay feeder there, and I'm going to be building a climbing frame for them, surely. Oscar! Oscar! So frustrating. Why are you so annoying, man? You're just so tiny and lovely, but then you just get so grumpy. The thing is, the boy's like wanting the food, and I didn't have the spray bottle to stop him, so I just got to call his name. It's just so annoying. Phoebe, look at this pair. He's going to go in a minute. God, Oscar! I can't like stop him, that's the problem. Unlock gate. This is not a good idea. That's not a good idea. Right, well, something is up with him today. So more than normal, something is up. There he is. And there she is. Oh, come on then, Brian. He does follow me around, which is funny. I don't know what's up with him. Oscar, come on. Good boy. Brian! He does hang around with me a lot when in with the boys. But the boys get on pretty well. It's just Oscar's a bit of a handful with him. Henry's not too bad. It's just this goat. Today, I don't know what's got into him today. He's been really annoying. Right, come on. So there we are, all three of the boys and 2 girls. Oh, they do not like that. This is thrilling. There's someone on a motorbike or something, and they're all they hate it. As you can hear, they can hate it. He's hiding under there. Henry will, if they come back again, dive under there. And I don't know about these two, but oh, she's having a wee. But they do a lot of this just hanging out the other side of the fence, and I'm not surprised because obviously they want to be together, and Phoebe wants to be here to look after him. Whoa, 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 whoa! So lovely. You're just so lovely. But I'm just doing this to kind of test the waters, right? So I know how well they get on and if they're able to share the field together all right. And yes, there is headbutting, because that's what it is. As you can see, he does stand up to him, but they get on all right, and they will have to. But it's not going to be like perfect straight away, because they're goats. They've got to establish a hierarchy and kind of test each other out. And that's what he's been doing. He's been trying to test out Henry, who's probably 3 times the size of him. I don't know. Henry's huge. He's just way too big. But Oscar, I don't think I've seen you on the tyres for at least a year. And I'm not making that up. Goat. He's so lovely, Oscar. I don't know what got into him with the gate. He's just so lovely. And he's doing so well at the moment. Don't fling your horns around. It is funny though, now I've got 2 black and white goats. I mean, Oscar's brown, but like 2 black and white goats. He should stay black and white though, not go brown. But I think also having Brian in here gives Maya a bit of relief, because she gets a bit annoyed with Brian chasing her around, and Phoebe not letting her go anywhere. So she can actually eat something. It's just generally quite nice. He'll come over in a minute. One other thing I wanted to update you on as we're in here with the boys in the boys field was this section, well, this mini climbing frame as a whole, but this section especially. Now this is going to stay, it's just going to stay there, it's alright. But as you can see, and if you see my shorts or my like shorter form videos, yeah, this is kind of rotted away. I think Henry must have just done that one and just fell through, because this whole thing rotted away and these bits have gone. So the plan, like I said, I was going to put in a climbing frame in with the girls. Plan is to scrap that. I think there's a few bits of salvageable wood on it, and then just take like the 4 in the square and move them and use them in this field for that climbing frame. But I think that's the plan. I also like how the goats still use the Christmas trees, even though they've obviously eaten them. They're just big itchy posts, which is actually really good, and I'm very happy they've used them, because I'm tempted to put them in the bin, because there's just 8 dead Christmas trees just dumped in the field. But as you can see by Oscar, they just go around and brush against it and headbutt it and do what they do. So I just love how everything looks at the sunset, because it just makes everything so orange and nice. Pick up Oscar. Look at him. He's very lovely, honestly. And Oscar's doing especially well recently. He's got that normal goat rounded shape, which it's good to see. Okay, Grumpy. Hello, other Grumpy. Hello. Oh, this thing is so zoomed in, it's untrue. There we go. Don't bite my finger, just lick it. Oh, and my other idea, my plan for when Brian comes into this field is obviously he'll need to be fed grain and the boys don't get fed grain. So I'm going to use the inside of this climbing frame as like Brian's food. So I'm going to get some scrap wood I've got and I think put a bit across there and then one like there as well. And that would just basically stop the boys being able to fit through the gap. And Brian can go in, eat his food, come out again. And I can just put the food in there, which is good because he would love the food, would just eat it all. But he is not allowed it because it'll make him ill eventually. It won't be like if he eats it once or twice, he'll be fine. But it's just if he eats lots of it every day, he will not do well. And that was kind of my one problem with weaning him. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I can wean him with the boys, and the boys get along well. And obviously all three of them are going to be living together anyway in the future, so better start somewhere. Just look at these two. They're like 3.5 years old pretty much, and they're doing great. It does not feel like I've had them for over 3 years, but they're incredible. They're really lovely. Oh man, I just missed it, but he always finds the weirdest things to eat. Where was that? He's still not the best at coming down this end of the field, like right to the bottom, because he does like to be up against the fence where he can see Phoebe, and as you can see, he's just down there on his own. But the boys and I, chilling down here. This is their like prime feasting location, I swear. They just chomp all this area down all the time, but they're like in sync. He's so lovely, and then Henry's obviously behind him as well. And I keep saying I'm going to give them a haircut, and I want to get some like clippers or whatever to give them a proper trim, because the long hair is good for keeping them warm in the winter, but I think they look way cooler with less, well, I think at least Oscar looks way cooler when he had short hair. And the long hair's okay, like Percy, when we had Percy, he had great long hair, but this guy, you haven't really got long hair sus, do you? Behind the ears and the horns, just so lovely. Okay, Grumpy. The sun is pretty much set now, but I love how everything looks at sunset, and like the sky and the trees. It doesn't really show up very well, but there's like an I just love the sky and the clouds and everything. It's just amazing. Hold on, just look at that. Right, that's Maya screaming. At least all the goats are pretty obvious who's calling who, because they all sound so different. Come on, Henry. He's waiting by the gate to go back in. They're not there. They do like using this as another itchy thing as well. Oh, here she is. Here she is. Oscar. Oscar. Damn, he looks crazy. He's done. Right, let's go put him away. I think he's done. He's also done. I just love this though, the sky, the red reflecting off the clouds. It's just awesome. Oh my goodness. They're getting a bit excited. I think this might be a good time to put him away, because he's starting to get excited. He knows. Right. Hello, Phoebe. Don't bite my fingers. She's biting my fingers right now. She's so painful. Right. Got to get this guy away from the gate so I can open it and this guy can run through it. Phoebe! Don't eat my trousers, Phoebe. Oh dear, the gate today. You've got to stay in here, because if you go and see Phoebe... Right, out the way. Oh, don't jump up though. Just so tall. Right, Henry. I think I need another pair of hands. It's alright, Brian. What I need to do is... Oh my goodness, Phoebe! She's a good mum, but she's a bit painful. Trying this again, here he comes. Brian, come on, quickly. Oh dear. Oh dear. I have to hold him back. Or I pick him up or something. Alright, let's figure this out. Little baby. He always does this. When he comes back in, he always has a big drink from Phoebe. Don't know why he's done it like that. Hold on. Oh, Phoebe, stand still, Phoebe. Oh well, there we go. Back in with Mum. No, back being a pain. Maya, do you want to go outside? You're just so lovely. Oh. They don't all hang about together. Hey, lovely goat. Hey. Hello, Phoebe. Look at Phoebe's stomach. She's a big goat. She's just always eating though, that's why. Unlike this menace. Look at, she's so lovely. Brian, stop eating my jumper. That's why we need a new spray bottle. She is so lovely. The problem is she's hanging by the gate, because I let her out twice last week to go and eat out there on her own, which was great, but then some people in the village planted more of a hedge, and Maya's quite partial to eating that hedge, and then once they replanted it and adding more, I don't want to let her eat it, because I don't think they'll be too impressed. Maya will love it, but there'll be some angry villagers. Come here, goat. Look, this is what we need the spray bottle for. Just spray him right now. So annoying. He's great, but he's like a bit of a menace. He also pushes Maya around a lot, and this is why I want to wean him, because he does that a lot to Maya and also Phoebe. Look at him. He's just a menace. So yeah, I've got to also... That's what he does. She does not like it. Come on, Phoebe. She doesn't let him... It's just... Okay, Phoebe's going to sort him out. He's actually so annoying. But I'm teaching him to... apart from getting him to drink water from a bucket, he's pretty much ready to be weaned, I think. He eats grain on his own, he eats hay, he eats the grass, he eats the plants, and we can make a feed situation, so... He is getting weaned as soon as I can teach him to drink. Even he's using his horns. His horns are lethal now. It's just such a menace. And the hedge... Wait. And the hedge I was on about was this plant here. And this is the one Maya ate. There isn't really much going for it. But I think that one was new planted. There was this one planted. This is like a week ago. There was 2 more put in there, I think. That one's definitely new. That one's an original one. And then it kind of just goes all along there, so that's why I don't use the path there anymore. But Maya loves eating those. She loves like eating all the leaves and the small branches, but yeah, that did not really stand much of a chance. Well, that's an update on Brian and what we're going to be doing to wean him, and the evening for the goats.